In today's episode,
Right Now, A Guide to Finding Flow in Writing by Victor Odisnak.
Welcome back, everybody. I am so excited about today's deep dive. It's all about something I think we all struggle with. Rediscovering the joy of writing, especially like in our crazy busy lives.
Yeah.
Our guide for this is going to be Victor Odisnak.
Okay.
And his book, Right Now, A Guide to Finding Flow in Writing.
Sounds interesting.
Now, you might be surprised to learn how writing can actually help you unlock creativity and boost your well-being.
Yeah, I think a lot of people view it as like a chore almost.
Right, almost like something you have to do.
Yeah.
But this is like a whole different spin on it. So let's dive right in.
Sounds good.
So what I found fascinating about Odisnak's approach is, he kind of goes beyond the typical how-to writing advice.
Mm-hmm.
He actually argues that the act of putting pen to paper
Right.
or fingers to keyboard
Yeah.
can be like a path to self-discovery and happiness.
Oh, wow.
It's not just about, crafting those perfect sentences.
Yeah.
There's something more to it.
I think what's fascinating about Odisnak's approach is he goes beyond, like you said, the typical how-to advice.
Yeah.
And he says, it's more than just crafting perfect sentences.
Right.
It's about this deeper process of self-discovery.
Yeah.
And finding that happiness through the act of writing.
That's intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what makes him say that?
Yeah.
Is it simply that feeling of accomplishment, or is there something, deeper at play here?
I think it's definitely more than just accomplishment. He dives into the psychology of writing and cites research that shows that, when you translate your thoughts into words, it actually helps us process our emotions and gain a sense of control over our inner world.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like decluttering your mind
Yeah.
and making space for clarity and joy.
So it's almost like a form of therapy then.
Precisely.
Wow.
Odisnak even shares a personal story in the book
Oh.
about writing while he was confined to a hospital bed. And he describes how even amid those physical challenges,
Yeah.
writing became his anchor,
Oh, wow.
a way to find meaning and resilience.
That's a powerful image.
Yeah.
And I think it makes you realize that writing doesn't have to be this grand,
Right.
intimidating endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
It can be simple
Yeah.
and personal,
Yeah.
a way of expressing yourself even in the midst of difficulty.
And that actually leads perfectly into some of the techniques he recommends for unlocking those personal benefits.
Oh, okay.
He advocates for practices like journaling, stream of consciousness writing, and using prompts to kind of tap into your subconscious.
Now, for someone like me who often gets stuck staring at a blank page,
Yeah.
those techniques sound really helpful.
Yeah.
But can you give me an example? Like when he says stream of consciousness writing,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I fully get it.
So think of it like this.
Okay.
Imagine you're sitting by a river
Okay.
and you just observe whatever floats by.
Right.
Your thoughts, your feelings, images, anything.
Right.
You don't judge them.
Okay.
You just let them flow onto the page.
Okay.
Odisnak actually provides a prompt you can try.
Okay.
He says, write about the first memory that comes to mind when you smell freshly cut grass.
That's a really interesting exercise.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, a simple prompt like that can unlock a flood of memories and emotions.
Yeah.
It seems like this kind of writing
Mm-hmm.
could be especially cathartic
Yeah.
for processing difficult experiences.
Yes. And Odisnak highlights the importance of giving yourself permission to be honest and vulnerable on the page. It's a safe space to explore your inner world without judgment, which can be incredibly freeing.
That reminds me of something I read about Maya Angelou.
Okay.
She talked about how writing helped her overcome trauma
Right.
and find her voice.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder about the broader impact writing can have, not just on ourselves,
Yeah.
but on others.
Right. You're touching upon another key aspect that Odisnak explores,
Okay.
which is the power of writing to inspire and create change.
Oh, interesting.
He points to authors like Maya Angelou
Right.
and George Orwell, whose words sparked movements and challenged societal norms.
It's incredible how their stories resonated with so many people.
Yeah.
But what makes certain writing so impactful? Is it simply the skill of the writer, or is there something more?
Well, Odisnak emphasizes the importance of authenticity and vulnerability in connecting with readers.
Okay.
It's about sharing your truth in a way that resonates emotionally and inspires action, He actually brings up Rachel Carson's Silent Spring as a prime example.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Her writing about the dangers of pesticide
Exactly.
sparked a whole environmental movement.
Right.
That's a perfect example of how writing can have a real-world impact.
Exactly. Otis Nack believes that each of us,
Mm-hmm.
in our own way,
Right.
can use writing to connect with others and contribute to something bigger than ourselves.
That's a really empowering thought.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how writing can be so much more than just a hobby.
Right.
You know, it can be a tool for self-discovery,
Yeah.
connection,
Mm-hmm.
even making a difference in the world.
Right.
But I imagine a lot of people struggle to find the time
Yeah.
and the motivation to write,
Right.
especially with, the demands of modern life.
It's so busy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we fit it in? Does Otis Nack address that?
He does.
Okay.
And that's where the concept of finding flow in writing comes in.
Okay.
And you might be wondering,
Yeah.
what exactly is flow?
Yeah.
And how can it help us make time for writing amidst our, busy schedules?
Yeah. Flow sounds wonderful, like in theory.
Right.
But how do we actually achieve that?
Right.
That elusive state where the words just seem to pour effortlessly onto the page.
So Otis Nack borrows from Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's research,
Okay.
which describes flow as this state of complete absorption in an activity,
Okay.
characterized by intense focus and enjoyment.
Uh-huh.
And Otis Nack believes that achieving flow in writing unlocks our creative potential and allows us to lose ourselves in the process.
So it's about finding that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Where, we're so engaged in the writing that time seems to melt away.
Right.
I could definitely see the appeal of that,
Yeah.
especially when we're constantly bombarded with distractions.
Absolutely. And Otis Nack offers several practical techniques for cultivating flow.
Okay, so what are some of those?
One of the most important is creating a distraction-free environment.
Okay.
He suggests silencing notifications,
Mm-hmm.
closing unnecessary tabs, and, finding a quiet space where you can truly focus.
It makes sense that minimizing distractions
Right.
would help us, get into that flow state.
Right.
It's like creating a mental sanctuary for
Mhm.
creativity.
Exactly. He also suggests establishing a writing routine.
With rituals that signal to your brain
Oh, interesting.
that it's time to write.
Okay.
So think specific drinks,
Hmm.
music, or even lighting a candle
Okay.
to create that sense of intention and focus.
I think those rituals sound really helpful
Yeah.
in shifting into that creative mindset.
Right?
It's like giving yourself permission
Yeah.
to enter a different world.
And he also stresses the importance of setting achievable goals.
Okay.
So instead of aiming for a 500-page novel right away,
Right.
start with something smaller,
Okay.
like writing for 15 minutes a day
Mm-hmm.
or completing a short story.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Breaking down, larger goals
Right.
into smaller, manageable steps
Right.
can make the process feel, less daunting
Right.
and more enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's all about building momentum
Right.
and celebrating those small wins.
And here's a tip that might seem a little counterintuitive.
Embrace imperfection,
Hmm.
especially in early drafts.
Okay.
Don't get bogged down by editing or trying to make everything perfect right away.
Right.
Just let the ideas flow
Okay.
and worry about polishing them later.
That's a great reminder. I think a lot of us,
Yeah.
myself included, get caught up in the need for perfection,
Right.
which can really stifle creativity.
Yes.
So it's liberating
Right.
to hear that,
Yeah.
It's okay to just let go of those expectations
Right.
and just write freely.
Now let's talk about a topic
Okay.
that's been generating a lot of buzz in the writing world these days.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence.
Right.
Otis Nack dedicates a whole section to AI,
Okay.
acknowledging its potential as a powerful tool for writers.
I got to admit, I'm a bit curious
Yeah.
and a bit apprehensive
Right.
about AI's role in writing.
Yeah.
On the one hand, it seems like it could offer these incredible possibilities.
Right.
But on the other hand, I wonder if it'll diminish the human element of writing.
Yeah, that's a big concern.
Does Otis Nack share any concerns about that?
He does, and he emphasizes the importance of using AI tools responsibly and ethically.
Okay.
But he also believes that AI can be a valuable collaborator, not a replacement for human creativity.
Okay.
It's about finding that right balance.
So it's not about AI taking over the writing process,
Right.
but rather about using it to enhance our own abilities
Mm-hmm.
and explore, new possibilities.
Exactly. One way he suggests using AI is for brainstorming
Okay.
and overcoming writer's block.
Okay.
Tools like ChatGPT can help generate ideas, expand on outlines, and even provide different perspectives on a topic.
That sounds incredibly useful, especially for those times
Right?
when you're feeling stuck or need a fresh perspective.
Absolutely. And for those who struggle with grammar and editing,
Yeah.
AI-powered tools like Grammarly and ProWritingAid can be invaluable. They can catch errors, suggest better word choices, and even analyze your writing for clarity and readability.
Those tools sound like a lifesaver.
Right.
For anyone who wants to, improve the quality of their writing.
Yeah.
But I imagine there's some potential downsides
Right.
to relying too heavily on AI.
Oh, absolutely. And Odesnak cautions against becoming overly dependent on these AI tools.
Okay.
He stresses that they should be used to enhance our skills, not to replace our own critical thinking and creativity.
So it's about using AI thoughtfully
Right.
and intentionally,
Right.
rather than letting it dictate our writing style or make decisions for us.
Precisely. He also emphasizes the importance of transparency
Okay.
when using AI in writing.
Okay.
So if you're using AI to generate content or assist with editing, be upfront about it.
That makes sense. Transparency, helps maintain trust
Yeah.
and avoids ethical issues like plagiarism.
He also encourages writers to think critically about the output of these AI tools. Don't just blindly accept what they produce.
Right.
Always double check for accuracy, bias, and originality.
So it sounds like using AI effectively requires a discerning eye
Right.
and a willingness to, engage with it as a partner rather than a crutch.
Now, let's shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about how Odesnak encourages us to approach the act of writing itself. He offers this beautiful metaphor describing life as a tapestry
Okay.
and writing as the thread that weaves a purposeful narrative.
I love that metaphor.
Yeah.
It really captures the idea
Right.
that our writing can help us make sense of our experiences and create a cohesive story out of our lives.
And he then outlines practical steps for writing with purpose.
Okay.
The first step is identifying your core values.
Okay.
So what matters most to you?
Right.
What do you want your writing to reflect?
That's a powerful question to consider. It's about aligning your writing
Right.
with your deepest beliefs and aspirations.
Once you've identified your values, the next step is to set specific goals for your writing.
Okay.
So do you want to inspire others?
Right.
Share knowledge? Document your personal journey?
Right.
Having a clear objective
Right.
will guide your writing and keep you motivated.
It's like having a compass
Right.
to navigate the vast landscape of writing.
Yes.
So goals provide direction and purpose.
Finally, he suggests creating a writing schedule that fits your lifestyle.
Okay.
So whether it's carving out 15 minutes every morning or dedicating a few hours on the weekend,
Right.
the key is to make writing a consistent practice.
Consistency is key. Just like with,
Right.
any other important habit. It's about making writing a priority
Yeah.
and integrating it into our daily lives.
Odesnak also encourages us to regularly reflect on our writing.
Okay.
So ask yourself,
Okay.
does this piece align with my values and goals?
Right.
Is it authentic to my voice and experiences?
That's a crucial step.
Yeah.
It's about ensuring that, our writing is not only technically sound,
Right.
but also meaningful and purposeful.
Exactly. Writing with intention allows us to create work that resonates deeply and has a lasting impact.
Odesnak seems to approach writing
Yeah.
with this wonderful balance
Right.
of practicality and passion.
Yeah.
He offers, concrete techniques while also reminding us of, the deeper joy
Right.
and meaning that writing can bring to our lives.
He does, and to emphasize that point,
Okay.
he shares this humorous quote from Isaac Asimov. He says, "Writing is my vacation from the rest of the world."
Oh, I love that quote.
Yeah.
It speaks to that sense of escape
Right.
and fulfillment that, that writing can offer.
Exactly. For Asimov, and I think for many writers,
Yeah.
writing isn't just a task
Right.
or a profession. It's a source of joy,
Mm-hmm.
a way to connect with ourselves and the world around us.
It's inspiring to hear how, even renowned authors like Asimov found, such deep satisfaction
Right.
in the act of writing.
And before we wrap up part 2, I want to pose a question to you
Okay.
and to our listener.
Okay.
Think about a story only you can tell.
Okay.
what unique experiences or insights do you have that could resonate with others?
That's a great question. It makes me wonder.
Yeah.
What stories am I holding inside that are waiting to be shared? I think that's a perfect place to pause and reflect.
Yeah.
As we transition to our final part
Okay.
of this deep dive into the world of writing. Welcome back to our deep dive into Right Now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been really eye-opening to explore how writing can be so much more than just putting words on a page.
Yeah, it's been really interesting.
And before the break, you left us with that thought-provoking question
Right.
about what stories, we each hold inside that are just waiting to be shared.
Yeah.
And it really resonated with me.
I think one of the most powerful takeaways for me from this deep dive is that writing doesn't have to be this, daunting, solitary endeavor.
Right.
It can be a source of joy, connection, and even empowerment.
Absolutely. And whether we're, journaling for self-discovery or crafting stories to inspire others,
Right.
or even experimenting with AI to kind of push our creative boundaries,
Right.
the act of writing can enrich our lives in countless ways.
Yeah, and it's not about achieving perfection or becoming a best-selling author or anything like that.
Right.
It's about, finding your own voice and embracing imperfections and just simply enjoying the process.
That reminds me of something Odasnak said about embracing imperfection in early drafts.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in trying to make everything perfect right away.
Right.
But that can really stifle creativity.
Yeah, he actually encourages us to let go of those expectations.
Right.
And just write freely.
Yeah.
He compares the editing process to polishing a raw gemstone.
Oh.
You have to unearth the rough stone
Right.
before you can really shape and refine it
Oh, I see.
into something beautiful.
That's a great analogy. I think a lot of us,
Yeah.
myself included, could benefit
Yeah.
from adopting that mindset.
Right.
It takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
Allows us to approach writing with a sense of playfulness
Right.
and experimentation.
Exactly. Writing's a journey,
Yeah.
not a destination.
Right.
And like any good journey, it's about embracing the unexpected detours, the scenic overlooks,
Right.
and the moments of pure joy along the way.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to encourage you, our listener,
Yeah.
to put some of these ideas into practice.
Yeah, just go for it.
Maybe it's dusting off that old journal,
Yeah.
starting a blog, or finally tackling that novel you've always dreamed of writing.
Yeah. You never know what you might create.
And remember, you don't have to go alone.
Right.
There's a vibrant community of writers out there,
Yeah.
both online and in person,
Yeah.
who are eager to share their knowledge, support, and encouragement.
Absolutely. There's so many resources out there.
It's amazing how writing can connect us, even when we're physically apart.
Yeah.
So whether you're a seasoned wordsmith or just starting to explore the power of writing,
Right.
just know that your voice matters.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the world is waiting to hear your story.
So true.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of writing. Until next time, keep those creative juices flowing.
You've listened to our latest episode of Right Here, Right Now